Hi, welcome to Saturday's Connection Reflection, where we break down spiritual food for emotional and mental health. So, throughout this week, we've been taking a look at scriptures and about how God's provision for us is so perfect and so complete, and His intimacy with us is so profound, His love for us, how He values us infinitely, looking at that all through different scriptures, right? And breaking all of that down. So, if we're going to look at this in terms of metabolizing spiritual food for emotional wellness, there are two aspects of metabolizing. One is breaking it down, which we've been doing. The other one is being able to absorb it. So then the question becomes, from a mental health perspective, why, when we have all of this rich spiritual food fed to us daily through sacred scripture, why can't we absorb it sometimes? So today we're talking about keeping it real. So let's be honest. Sometimes it doesn't feel like God sees our needs. Sometimes it feels like He's not providing for us. Sometimes it feels like we haven't been protected. Sometimes there have been very real things in our lives that have been painful, instances of being betrayed or being abandoned or being rejected. And so when we've had those experiences, we know even from a biological perspective of how those memories become encoded in the brain. It can prevent us from being able to absorb the actual truths of who God is and how God is with us. So one suggestion I want to make for today to help you actually begin to be able to take down some of that digested spiritual food and be able to absorb it more completely. It's going to sound kind of crazy, but actually I want to encourage you to go for a walk. If you're able to go for a walk some point this weekend, and the reason that going for a walk is important is because as we use both sides of the body, we use both sides of the brain, which is very important for how we process information. So what I want you to do is go for a walk and ask the Lord, is there something that's in the way of me being able to accept the truth of your love for me, that you're intimate with me, that you love me completely as I am, and it's your love that causes that ongoing conversion? What are the messages, what are the lies that block me from being able to absorb that spiritual food? I just want you to go for a walk, ask the Lord that, and wait for Him to answer that for you as you're going for your walk. And then whatever the truth is that He reveals to you, I want you to consider that and ask Him to replace those lies, those messages that you took on, those takeaway messages from those painful experiences from the past, to replace them with the truth of who He is for you and who He is in your life and how He sees you and how He loves you. And I want you to, as you continue to kind of mull over those truths, continue on the walk for a little bit. Again, stimulating both sides of the brain as you use both sides of the body, and just let that kind of like set up within you, even on a physiological level. It affects your emotions and it will affect your spiritual life. All three of these things, they're not at odds with each other. God has made us body, mind, and spirit. Let's use all three of them together to draw ever more deeply into His life, His peace, His freedom, and the truth He has for us. God bless your weekend.